Hi. So it's been a while since I did a live video, but this time I'll be sharing my personal thoughts on this pandemic, as what they say. It's really very alarming because we thought as Filipinos we will not be affected since it started last December, and it was known to us I think January. But sad to say, ang bagal nating mag-respond sa situation. So we only decided to lock down some parts and eventually the entire Philippines after 1 month and a half. Hi, Mabeth! Shout out to Mabeth for watching. So, muna siya. What else? It worries me because in the first place, as a Filipino, I know the situation of the healthcare system of our country. Isod siya. Mahirap ma ospital, especially for those who have income that is enough for the daily expenses, especially for the married people. What else? We don't have enough budget for someone who would get hospitalized, and if ever we need money, we usually borrow. So most of Filipino families don't have emergency fund. So according to financial experts, it is advised that in case you would lose your job, you should have enough money, probably 3 to 6 months of your salary, enough for you to find another job. But this one is different because it's the first time that this happened and many Filipinos are affected. So good for those who are working in the government, especially in permanent position like me, because even if I will not report, I will be paid. Paano na lang kaya yung common Filipinos, especially for those who are working in private companies? I don't know if they will be paid. What else? And I'm also worried about the healthcare workers, our doctors, our nurses, our lab technicians, if kakayanin ba nila. And we also could not accommodate the huge number of Filipinos who would be hospitalized if ever many Filipinos would get sick. So based on the statistics, I think probably the number of cases around the world is 200,000 plus, and then I think almost 8,000 na yung namamatay. And then sa Philippines, 100 plus pa lang yung na-report na case, but I do believe that many cases are unreported. So, and the list goes on. And then I think marami na yung namatay. I think more than 10 na. So, and then one of the videos that I watched was that I saw was mentioning about flattening the curve. So that's the purpose of the quarantine. So hopefully we as Filipinos, we will be following that one. And the purpose of that is to slow down the spread of the virus so that it will not overwhelm our healthcare system. And I know for a fact as a Filipino, mahirap talagang mag-hospital. So yeah, and that is where your emergency fund would come in. So hopefully many Filipinos would get through this. I know that we will, but it's not easy because just like in our case, hindi namin alam na sususpend na pala ng classes. So we are not so prepared for this one. So right now, I'm currently here in our school. And good thing though that our school is very near my home. So I can just go here. Yeah. But what I am more worried about is not just the health aspect of the impact of this virus, but it's also more of the economic, because many Filipinos are working in the tourism industry. Let's name them. We have the airlines, the hotels, hostels, and those companies that offer tour services. So yung mga nasa bangka and then others, those tour guides. So if walang turista, wala rin silang trabaho. So yeah. And as what you know, many the top one source of tourists sa Philippines is South Korea, and they have been topping the list since I think 2011 or 2010. And surprisingly, last year, the second source of our tourists is the China. And of course, we know that China is the source of the virus. We really don't know what really is the truth. If it's true, the conspiracy is true that they were the ones responsible for it, but I don't think so, because they would not risk their economy because of that, no? So malaki yung impact sa economy. So probably nangyari lang talaga siya. What else? South Korea is also affected. Good thing though that they were able to contain it. At least konti na lang yung cases. Hindi kagaya sa Italy na patuloy na dumarami yung cases. Sa Philippines, hindi pa siya umabot ng 1,000, but I do believe that the number of cases is more than that, since the number of testing kits is not enough. Medyo expensive, especially yung foreign testing kits. What else? Yes, and then since President Duterte announced the lockdown in Manila, ang ginawa ng mga tao, instead na magstay sa Manila, they went home to their respective provinces. So mas lalong kumalat yung virus. And yes, so wala na tayong magagawa. So we should not blame each other. Instead, we will follow what the government is telling us to do. So we must quarantine ourselves, and if we think that we are showing symptoms of the virus, then we need to ask for help from the experts. What else? Yes, so malaki yung impact sa tao. And then, based on the countries that I have visited, mas naaawa ako dun sa mga tao sa Cambodia at saka sa Laos, because many citizens there rely on tourism for their livelihood, especially sa Cambodia at sa Laos, because marami silang doon, kasi doon sa Laos they are having night market every night, and then many of the locals there sell goods, especially souvenir items and then food. And because of this, probably they are not operating anymore. We don't know yet the exact number of cases there. At sa Cambodia naman, especially sa Siem Reap, Cambodia, it's a city where the Angkor temples are found. And that's the only purpose why the tourists are going there. So they are very directly hit by the impact of this virus. So when I went there, marami talagang tao, like as in, and many of those tourists are Chinese or Koreans. So because of the absence of those tourists, wala na silang trabaho. So yeah, nakakalungkot. Well, as what they say, we could actually overcome with this one, but unfortunately, the vaccine would not be available. So we are just hoping that we could come up immediately with a vaccine. So the experts are trying their best. I think nagsisimula na yung human trial, trial and error. And to my students, so do not forget to stay tuned, because I'll be giving some announcements as to my instructions, since our classes were suspended. So I'll be giving you some instructions later on kung anong gagawin nyo sa inyong mga bahay, instead of coming here. Okay, so thank you so much for watching, especially to Ma'am Beth. Bye. Shout out to Ma'am Beth.